I'm looking at sensuality, and I believe that sensuality is probably the biggest and most powerful weapon inside a woman's soul. And it becomes even stronger when she has a crown on her head. Right? Women are born with that sensuality inside them. It's part of their power. And I believe that's the power and stuff to be able to counter man's brutality in the world. Right? So when females were young, growing up, and a lot of females may not even understand this, but when you were young, you were ready to put on makeup. You wasn't against makeup. You was ready to put on those tight jeans. You was ready to put on pretty much anything that was going to be able to make you feel sexy and draw a man to you in order for you to have a conversation. See, as a kid, at around them ages you was doing that. I don't know what specific age people was doing it. All I know is that females, before they get 16, before they hit puberty, they are already doing that shit. And another thing too, if they start doing it and they got parents around, their parents start tripping. Like, put on some clothes, girl. Don't be doing that or whatever like that. You going outside wearing that? What's wrong with you? That type of shit. Cause those girls and those were females and everything like that. Well, girls back then. Those girls didn't even know what the fuck they was really doing. They was just living out what's in their soul. It just came to them because it's a part of their soul, and they use those things to be able to lure men into having a conversation with them. Like the energy, that energy with the sensuality, it lured dudes to them, and then they decided what they was going to do from that point. When a girl goes out, you know what I'm saying, to go kick it or whatever like that, to the club or whatever like that, she's gonna dress sexy. She's gonna dress with something that's gonna lure a man to her so she can have a conversation with him. And then whatever that conversation lead to, she's gonna decide based on what's her in her mind and shit. But based on what her mentality is. But girls been doing that shit for a while. And even when twerking and dancing, girls has been doing that shit since they 7, 8 years old. I said, like I said in the previous video, I had little cousins and shit twerk. My grandma used to come out and whack the shit out their ass. Be telling them, what the fuck is you doing? But that was already in them because nobody taught them that shit. They already wanted to do it. Once they seen people doing it, it triggered something inside them for them to want to be able to do it. It activated something in them. And sensuality is women's, I believe is women's one of her, I mean, I really believe it's the most powerful besides the intelligence. Right? Because a woman's intelligence can't attract a man like that because men are not caring about what you think about. You can, like if you're intelligent, you can't be somewhere and then use your intelligence to be able to attract a man to you from across the room. See, that sensuality is woman's power to trap men and do what she want to do with them. Probably, if she wants revenge on a man, she can use sensuality. If she want to get something from a man, she can use sensuality. Intelligence is not going to do that for you. Intelligence comes after you didn't had a discussion or whatever like that. What draws a man to a woman is her sensuality. It's how she dressed, it's how she look, stuff like that. It's her mannerism, it's her aura, it's her energy. That's what draws a man to a woman to be able to have a conversation with her. So it's the most, like I said, I think it's the most powerful. I think in each woman and stuff, it may not be as powerful, you know what I mean, but it's still there. It's still a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Some girls don't use it for whatever reason. Some girls do use it. Some girls understand early what that weapon is and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I always wonder like why would women be so scared to be able to use that as a weapon? And I think that when I really break down those females and everything like that, where they've been in their life or whatever, relationships wise, I bet that in their relationships they've been with unrighteous males or they've been with niggas. Because somebody, some male told them it was something wrong with that shit. And a lot of times females are the ones that's telling them something wrong with it. And I've been like, man, I'm sharing serious experience with you. In Milwaukee, man, I remember being young and shit like that, and it was like I think it was like my uncles and shit was in the house or whatever like that. And then one of my cousins come through and shit, dog, with some like short shorts on or whatever. And then my auntie, dog, damn near went off on her. I was about to go upside her fucking head. So I'm gonna put some clothes on when these men is around. Right? And one of the men that was around was her fucking boyfriend and shit. It's like girls know what that's gonna do though. They know that they man is gonna look in that direction. And that sensuality puts a spell on a man's mind. Now, if you are an unrighteous man, then you're gonna be lured into the trap. If you're a righteous man, you're probably just gonna look at it and just continue doing what you was doing. It's the unrighteous man that got that spell put on him, and he will do whatever. See, the sensuality leads to possible sex with that woman. Because when a man sees that woman, he's thinking like, "Damn, if I had her, man, I'm gonna tear that up, man. I'm gonna do this and do that to it or whatever like that." And that's when he starts following that energy to that woman, and that's when that man starts to become whatever he needs to be in order to have sex with that woman. If a woman says, if a dude be like, man, some dudes are just outright with it, and sometimes, man, you could probably tell and shit. They'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I wanna holler at you, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanna talk to you, man. I wanna spend some time with you. I wanna do this and do that with you and all that type of stuff. But the women don't understand. It's like, what is his reason for saying that he wanna do all that? That's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna take you out to eat. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go get this for you and all that. He don't even know nothing about you. He don't know what is inside your brain at all. But yet, he's willing to do so many things for that woman based on her sensuality and based on how she looks. That's interesting. And that man, pretty much, will buy that girl what she want to be able to get or whatever it may be. It just all depends and shit. But the man is going to offer that woman some stuff a lot of the times. And this is where the intelligence part come in at. Because once you, as a woman, lure the man in with the sensuality, then your intelligence is supposed to give your sensuality even more power. You're not supposed to make stupid mistakes and shit. And you definitely not supposed to give up your body for nothing. That's what the mentality, that's why I said intelligence comes in pretty much. Intelligence and sensuality is like, it's like an up and down thing depending on the female, whatever like that, man. Sometimes a female has more intelligence and then she has a sensuality. You know what I mean? But it's really like, it's supposed to be like, real close together. But sometimes women have the power of sensuality and have to be taught the intelligence of having it. See, that's the problem in a lot of, especially in black families and the black culture, is that females who express their sensuality early in age, they get talked shit about. Like people ridicule them. People, they don't understand them. Like there's really nobody saying to them like help them understand like why do you feel this way? Why are you dressing this way? This type of stuff and everything, and help them understand it to give it power and shit. They try to destroy the power, and then what do females do? They don't let you destroy it. What they do a lot of the times, they're gonna run away from home when the party's going on and shit. That's why girls and shit, they walk out the house and shit wearing one set of clothes and they got it in the backpack or in the car and they're gonna change it to some sexy ass shit though. That's gonna happen, dude. It always happens like that, dude. because she knows her power early. Dude. She knows. Females even know now, but she knows that's their power. Dude. But sometimes they don't know what to do with that power, and sometimes they do. A lot of times, women will go through all that, and then the dude will end up tricking them out their sex, and then he'll just bounce on their ass. He won't talk to them no more. That's crazy, right? Especially if you're looking at a female. Like what female and shit wants to meet a dude and all he does is fuck her and then he just discards her like she ain't nothing and shit like that. I don't think females really want that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he has sex with the girl for free and then give her nothing. They don't want that. Or especially if she cared about the dude and he finally has sex with her, she don't want to feel that way. So how does a woman stop that from happening? See, that's where the intelligence part come in at. Because if you use sensuality, if a woman walked into a room, right, and she was just wearing like some real sexy shit on, right, she is going to capture the energy of every unrighteous man that's inside that room. And when I say capture the energy, meaning that the unrighteous men in the room are going to want to be able to get her phone number, take her out somewhere, kick it with her, spend some time with her, all that type of stuff. They want to do all that. But they don't know nothing about that woman. But they want to do all that. And sometimes unrighteous dudes and shit um um are afraid to talk to the girl. And sometimes you get some dudes that's like, man, don't give a fuck. They just roll up to the girl and be like, hey, what's up, and talk, or whatever it may be. It just all depends. But once the woman lures the man um closer to her to have that conversation, that woman immediately needs to understand that is an unrighteous dude you're talking to right there. That's not a dude that is going to help you build no empires. It's not a dude that's going to really help you anything. That dude is focused on. So what does a woman do after that? A lot of things a woman can do after that. But what a woman should do, and I feel like you have to be able to counter the power and shit. So check it out. One man's power is his money, right? One of his powers is money. He wants to be able to have money. Men feel, especially the unrighteous male, he feels money is equivalent to power. How much money I got in my pocket, what I can do with it, that's power, whatever. And he's gonna take that money to do whatever his desires is and whatever he want to do with himself. So if a female sees that a dude is attracted to just her body and her sensuality and nothing else, then she must immediately make that man surrender by taking his money, I believe. Not giving him sex, but having that man chase her. And while he's chasing her, he's paying for the chase. So a dude, so just say girl gives him the number, like call me, whatever like that. Immediately that dude is going to want to be able to do something for her. He want to be able to take her out or whatever it may be. But at that moment, the woman has an opportunity to decide where she wants to go at that point. She could say like, I want to go to the park. I want to go to the library. I want to go wherever she says she wants to go. That unrighteous dude is going to follow her to that place. He's going there. And it depends on how she communicate with it. The unrighteous man would even step in a church with her and dress up. He's not even a church dude. He's like a straight nigga gang man, whatever it may be, he could be like, you know what I'm saying? But he would dress up in the church to be able to sit with her and become whatever it is that she want him to become in order to have sex with her. That is the power of sensuality, man. It could change a man from being who he is to something entirely different. Imagine that. What else is out there in the world that can make you do that shit? Also, men, unrighteous men, confuse sensuality with an opportunity to have sex. They believe just because a woman is dressing sexy in a certain environment or somewhere and everything, that woman is looking for somebody to have sex with. Ask women now, dude. Women dress sexy not for them to catch a dude, for them to fuck. They say they dress sexy because it makes them feel good. That's what I'm trying to say, dude. They dressing like that because it feels powerful to them when they do that. That's why it's a part of the female's arsenal of weapons and shit, dog. When she come into this world, man, she knows that shit. Women don't feel bad, dude. You know what I'm saying? Dressing sexy. They do that shit on their own. They get sexy on their own. Ain't nobody gotta tell them that shit. They get sexy on their own, for real. And they attract who they attract, and then they're gonna decide. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what's in their mindset. It's gonna be a decision of what they're gonna do with what they attract. Whatever man come up to them, what they gonna do with it? What's they gonna do with the opportunity? Even way back in the day, some of the books I read, right? Some of the books I read and shit used to say like, I used to like read westerns and shit, and then you have a part up in there where a woman be like, "Hey, Carolyn, you know you're not gonna catch your husband dressed like that. You gotta show some skin, some shit like that." Yeah, man. But women are afraid to express their sensuality. Not so much as a long time ago, of course. But a lot of women still today is when you say that expressing it, they kind of whatever, whatever. It's because um, people have told them it was wrong, and that is the problem with the whole situation. This is why when I talk to the queens in DOH, I have to have them truly understand. A lot of the times, nobody in the world is born just like you. Nobody has the same weapons that you have and can use them the same way that you can use them. It's the same way. It's the same way with like fashion. One girl can wear this dress, the other girl can wear the same dress, but they're not gonna rock it the same kind of way and shit. So if you have a dress on, you may have the same dress, but you're gonna walk different. It's gonna look different. You're gonna put different accessories on it, all that type of shit. It's just gonna be a different situation. But a lot of times, women who have certain gifts, this is even aside from the sensuality, but even have certain gifts, they will not use their gifts as an empowering tool to be able to get the things that they want in their life and shit. Because somebody else told them who didn't have the gift, somebody else told them that they shouldn't have it. That's crazy to me. So that has to change though. Sensuality is I think it's part of human nature, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially in humans. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like women should not be afraid to express it. And I feel like women should not be afraid to use it in a way that's going to empower their lives and change their lives into a better situation. I really feel like everybody has um because the sensuality is not like it's not against the law. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt anybody. What is it? I mean, who does it hurt? It doesn't. It's not violent. It doesn't kill anybody and none of that shit. What the sensuality does, it attracts male energy. It attracts female energy too, but it attracts male energy. It attracts either a righteous male or unrighteous male will be able to see a woman express her sensuality. But a righteous man is going to approach it differently. Now, a righteous man is like affected by it too, though. You know what I mean? This goes around the board, whether you're righteous or unrighteous. He's affected by it too. So usually when he sees a woman dressed real sexy or whatever like that, he's probably going to ask why. He's gonna ask questions in there like why is she sexy or what else is there to her besides that. See, the righteous man is not going to just stop at the physical beauty of a woman or her expressing the physical beauty, he's going to want to go deeper than that. Because the righteous man feels that if I ever am intimate with that woman somewhere in the future, or if I'm ever close to her somewhere in the future, that the only way to experience it will be enjoyable is if I understand who she is. That's what it is. See, the unrighteous man don't care about what's in the woman's brain. The righteous man does. He wants to know because he knows that an intimate experience with any woman that expresses her sensuality is even more beautiful when you are connected to her emotionally. And a woman knows that sex is even more and more beautiful when you are connected to a man that want to see you win in life. So that shit goes together and is very, 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 very powerful. I know women and stuff who fall on sex, the sensuality when I was in LA, dude, when I was like learning all the film shit, when I was learning all that type of stuff, man. I seen it happen to me and everything, and it was a test, because the girl told me later on and shit that she was testing me. So men get tested too. Women, a lot of women out here do really trying to find, like, you know what I'm saying, kings and everything based on what their intelligence is. But a lot of times it depends on what's inside their brain, their intelligence too, man. It goes with the sensuality. You still have to be intelligent. You got to understand what your sensuality was meant for. Your sensuality is meant for power for the woman, right? Because every woman who dressed sexy and all that time, she feels empowered. She feels good about herself. And you also have to understand that your sensuality is going to attract another human being to you, right? So at that point, when that human being gets to you, then that woman needs to activate her intelligence, right? Her intelligence is going to tell her, in her mind state, is going to tell her, what am I supposed to do right now with this human being that's in front of me? Is this human being righteous or is this human being unrighteous? And if this human being is just here because of how I look, then I should have the power to make them do what I want them to do. And they're not gonna fuck me. So women have to be able so women have to be able to start to rethink how they doing shit, man. Like, for real. A lot of weapons that women have, they do not use them to their full capacity because of what somebody else said about them or what somebody else may think about it.